Welcome to Monte Carlo. Annette Kimmitt, EY Global Growth Markets leader, joins me now. Good to see you, Annette.
Good to see you too.
What can we expect for the rest of this week?
Well, this week is all about celebrating entrepreneurship. So we're bringing together leading entrepreneurs from around the world, and it will culminate on Saturday night in the announcement of the 2017 World Entrepreneur of the Year. But it is also an opportunity to convene some of the world's leading entrepreneurs around some of the big issues facing businesses today. So we're here this week to talk about disruption and uncertainty and the opportunities that they pose for growth. But importantly, today we're also releasing a new report, the EY Growth Barometer, which surveys leaders from middle market companies from all over the world, all about their concerns around the macro environment and around growth as well.
And that new survey offers fascinating insight. What stood out for you?
Well, I think the one thing that stood out for me was that despite seismic shifts in geopolitics, despite rise of nationalism, populism, increasing tensions around the world, things like Brexit, Paris Climate Accord, all of those things seem to have now become the new norm. Uncertainty is the new norm, and they're not getting in the way of growth ambitions of our mid-market leaders. More than 90% of the leaders that we surveyed see that this level of disruption actually creates great opportunities for growth.
Wow, that's amazing. What about some of the pressing challenges that they face that can have an impact on growth?
Well, I think some of the key issues that they face are really around access to talent. That came out as an important theme, being able to access the right talent and investing in skilled capabilities is seen both as a great opportunity for driving innovation, but also as a bit of a threat. It's one of the key challenges that they're facing in driving growth.
What differences, if any, were highlighted in the differences between the leading economies, the US, China and India?
So some really interesting differences emerged. When you look at leading economies like the US, access to talent was right up there as a key issue and a potential risk to growth. When you look at some of the tiger economies like China and India, access to talent was not so much of a risk factor. Access to capital is proving more of a challenge for them in those economies.
What do you say to people that come up to you and say, I've seen reports like this before? What makes this so unique?
Well, this is the first of its kind and the largest survey of mid-market leaders from around the world. We surveyed almost 2,400 leaders from across 30 countries that represented the G20 plus 10 additional emerging economies. And we're pretty confident that the survey results are really reflective of global sentiment because we made sure that our geographic spread aligned with global GDP.
You talked about technology and talent being two of the key enablers in terms of growth. Let's talk about tech and those high growth entrepreneurs. How are they using tech?
Well, interestingly, the high growth entrepreneurs that we surveyed are really focused on technology investment as a way of transforming and innovating the customer experiences. These entrepreneurs put their customer at the centre of everything they do. In contrast, the broader population of respondents, so not just the high growth entrepreneurs, but actually the whole of the middle market, really focus on technology investment as a way of driving efficiencies in their businesses and in their operations. So the high growth companies much more focused around their customer and putting the customer at the centre of everything they do.
Okay, I'm sure there'll be people watching us here that would like to interpret that data themselves, do a bit of a deep dive. Is there any way that they're able to do that with this survey?
Yeah, so for this survey, we've actually made the data available open source. So if you go to ey.com and look for the EY Growth Barometer, you'll be able to go in there and play with the data yourself. There's some really cool visualisations that are available, so go and have a look.
And in terms of social media this week, #GrowthBarometer is that key hashtag that you want to be looking out for across all of social media. Let's talk then about the climax of this week, which will be the World Entrepreneur of the Year. On Saturday night, the new person will be crowned. How has the past 12 months been for last year's winner?
So last year's winner was one of my compatriots from Australia, Manny Stool, who is the CEO of Moose Enterprises. An incredible story, an incredible company. I had the opportunity to go out to Manny's offices in Melbourne not that long ago, and I have to say it is the most unique and innovative front entrance or whole office space that I've ever been into. You walk into the front door and there's a giant beanstalk bursting out of the ground and permeating right through the offices, sitting alongside 3D printers, spewing out prototypes of new toys. So Manny's been really focused on continuing to grow his business and innovating.
That lives at the top.
I don't know about that, but it's an incredible office. But he's also been a great supporter of entrepreneurship more broadly this past 12 months. He was one of our keynote speakers at our Strategic Growth Forum in Palm Springs, where he spoke about his experiences as an entrepreneur to more than 2,000 business leaders, entrepreneurs, venture capitalists, PE leaders. So he's been a great winner, and he's actually helping us out this year as a judge as well. He's taken on a judging role and is having a great time in that role as well.
And what about the contenders then for this year's award?
Well, really interesting group of entrepreneurs. We've got 59 winners from across 49 countries and such a diverse range of industry sectors as well. We've got consumer products, agribusiness, through to aerospace, technology companies, biotech. We've even got a strategic intelligence organisation in the mix. So a great group, and I can't wait till Saturday night to find out who the winner is.
Fantastic, and lots more to come between now and Saturday
yes,
night. Annette,
lots
good
to
see you. Thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you.
Don't forget, keep an eye out for all the things across social media. Don't forget that hashtag. It is Growth Barometer. Hashtag Growth Barometer. And watch out for more live streams from across this event.